That was me doing Dory.
Hey, whenever you guys are ready to go.
Welcome to episode 5. Welcome to season 3, episode 5 of the Dott podcast. I'm your host, Cadian. Anthony, aka Antoine Fluffy. Dragon, aka
Jose.
Yeah, aka Jose, aka and we are joined with our special guests here. We've got Makenna.
Hello.
How do you pronounce your last name again?
Dott.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, that took so much.
Yeah.
Makenna, Dott, and Brad.
Not gonna try it.
I don't want to embarrass myself, man. I'm sorry.
Try it. It's not gonna be that bad. I've heard worse.
Really?
I've heard some bad stuff.
Mikoluff.
No, not even close.
Mikoluff.
That's close. Mikoluff or Mikoluff.
Mikoluff.
Whichever one works. It don't matter. Don't worry if you botch it. You botch it. It's not the end of the world.
Okay.
Yeah, Mikoluff.
All I'm saying is, like, you told me to try it. I tried, and you were just like, yeah.
How's everyone doing today?
Oh, buddy, it's been a long day.
You know, Katie, this is the part where we let our guests talk, but, you know, if you just want to...
Sorry, it's called up 3, but I guess I'm a piece of shit.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm just joking. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, how you guys doing? What's going on?
Who's going first?
Great.
Okay, Katie, it's all you, man. You got called up.
What happened? Who called who up?
You talked first. Now you got to explain what's going on in your life.
Okay. Well, today, I don't mean to, I don't mean to put the attention on. But today is myself, and my significant other's 7-month anniversary today. So.
That's awesome. Good job. Who's the lucky lady?
Well, she's watching this, so if I don't mention it, someone's gonna be in trouble, and it's not her. Yeah.
Ooh, you don't want to do that.
Trust me. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say. Today was a long day at work. I had to clean half a warehouse by myself, so I'm a little dead.
Okay.
Died. So I'm sorry if I'm not as energetic as my other co-hosts here. Makenna, how are you?
I'm good. I haven't really done much, honestly. It's not much to do right now with quarantine. I kind of just hang around. I don't know.
Sounds really familiar.
That was such a great filling and detailed answer.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
I appreciate much for giving as much detail as you possibly could.
I mean, I could tell you about the 7 times I walked to the fridge and back, but it's all the same.
Oh, is it though? If you 7 times, you go back the first time and you're you open the fridge.
Open the fridge, there's nothing. Walk away, and then I walk back, and there's nothing again. I just open it because I hope that something.
Well, that third time, you tell yourself something.
There's something for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you find something, and then it's expired. And, yeah. Brad, how are you?
I'm good. Didn't do too much.
No.
Just I'm laid off at the moment, so I am bored out of my mind. Actually, start playing some video games. Something I don't actually do. So otherwise, if it was probably a little warmer out, I'd probably be snowmobiling today or something like that. Just to do something productive. Or go to my grandpa's and do something out there. But otherwise, it's too cold to leave the house. But yeah. That's about it. Haven't really done much. I think I woke up at 10.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I woke up 2 hours ago.
Really?
Yeah, I'm still kind of. It was a day off. By day off, I mean I was just off my rocker. Yeah, didn't get much sleep, and I woke up, and then I got a text from Dragon saying, "Hey, podcast in 2 hours." I'm like, "Oh, fantastic!" Yeah, so I'm kind of I'm still out of it, to be honest, but we're pushing. I had the same thing as Makenna. I walked to the fridge and there's nothing in there. I ended up pouring a bowl of cereal, and then when I went in the fridge, I realized I had no milk. But like the cereal was already in the bowl, and I didn't want to like pour this bowl back into the box because like I already got myself in a situation. So I kind of just like put water.
Ew. Oh, that's so nasty. What the? Ew. What kind of cereal was it?
It wasn't Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It was like I think it's called Live, and there's like cinnamon flavor. It's like Shreddies.
Ew.
It's like
Ew.
Shreddies, but like cinnamon. Yeah, it's like the most like a lot of fiber,
Ew.
but just yeah.
Sounds like
it's
cinnamon
not,
mush.
And you
Yeah.
put water in that, Michael?
It's basically cardboard sprinkled in like sugar and cinnamon,
Okay,
and
so
then mixed with water. So it's like I've never been to prison, but if I had to assume what you would eat there, that would be the closest thing, to be honest.
that's so dirty.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Kaden. I appreciate it. Not a compliment. That was the highlight of my day. My 2 hour day that started. What about you,
Awesome.
Dragon? What's been going on? Kaden said that he had to clean by himself, and I'm aware that you guys work together. So why didn't you help Kaden?
Because I do my own things,
Okay.
grown things.
Oh.
I'm sorry, motherfucker. Like, I'm pretty sure it's grown to pick up after yourself if you're done, but I guess I'm just a piece of shit then.
I was never shitting on you. You did a great job cleaning.
You know, Dragon. Don't patronize me, okay? Don't try and shed less on the work that I contribute to the Perry and logistics. Don't do that.
Okay, we don't want to
Those are
drop all your
fighting
work
words.
now.
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna get used to it. These guys like to bicker. Me and Katie basically Katie likes to bicker with people. And me and Dragon are the only two other people. It's very unprofessional for him to argue with guests. So he lets out his frustrations on us, pause, and we let out our frustrations on him. It's kind of like the whole culture of the show. We basically just argue with each other until the guests are looking comfortable, and then we keep it rolling.
Well, I mean, I knew Kaden last year, and he got out of the car this one time. We were going to a football game, and straight up tried to fight his best friend. He was mad because he wouldn't drop him off at home or something, and he tried to fight him in the middle of the street. Yeah. Oh, what a night!
Listen.
Get back in the car.
So fucking dumb.
Listen,
Like, get out right now! I'll fight you right fucking now!
listen. This is. I'm hearing this story, and this may be true and it may not be true.
Oh yeah.
On the advice of counsel.
Yeah, heavily. On the advice of counsel, I respectfully accepted this as my fate.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of noticed with before I go at Katie, I'm gonna, for myself, when I know that I'm in the wrong, and I don't want my pride gets in the way of me admitting when I'm wrong. I kind of just
gets in the way.
I kind of just make fun of the person and then walk away, just trying to get that last laugh. Or I'll say you know what, man, if it makes you feel better, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. Then try to make them feel like a child and then get out of it. Dragon, I feel like when he feels like he's in the wrong, Dragon's a smart guy, so I know when me and him have argued, he's rarely in the wrong. But when he has been, he kind of just smiles, thinks about hurting you in a bad way in his head, and then walks away. And then when Kaden's in the wrong, me and Kaden have a really close relationship, and we talk a lot outside of the podcast. Yeah. We don't?
No, continue.
Okay. Sorry. Am I wrong to call you a friend?
No.
Okay, so me and Kaden argue. His, like you said, clean as day. His is when he's in the wrong. He'll be like, okay, so I'm gonna scrap them.
That's not true.
That is true, man. When you're in the wrong, you either admit that you're wrong or you put your hands up. And then now
Oh.
I have to calm you down and be like, bro, we're not gonna fight because I ate your last wagon wheel or some shit like that. That's not. I think it's not true, man.
It's not that deep, man. I only want to like scrap if I feel disrespected. So
Which is all the time.
okay.
All right. Let's get her going. What we like to do is obviously want to know about you guys. We ask everybody this question, so I'm sorry if I come off rude, but want to ask both of you guys, doesn't matter who goes first, who the fuck are you, and why should we give a shit?
That's funny.
Well, I guess that, guys, I think that's a very close indicator that Makenna's never really listened to us, because if she had, she would have known that we asked her.
Okay, well, maybe
not
podcast
have
is
been
really my
surprised.
thing.
She would not have been surprised at us asking her. And
You know what, Katie? And I don't really appreciate the disrespect. So.
Is this gonna be the first argument Kate has with a guest?
Oh, Katie, this wouldn't be our first argument.
no, we have a past. A
Only
history.
a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Makenna, so who are you and why should we give a shit?
I'm not really anybody, but I mean, okay, thank you. That makes me feel good. I'm kidding. I was looking at your face, that's all. Anyway. I don't know what to say. I play football, I play rugby, and I think it's kind of cool to play male-dominated sports.
Respect.
Brad, you're up. Huh?
No, go ahead.
I'm done. I'm done.
I don't know how much info do you guys want to know?
As much as you want to.
I want to know everything that you've been through from your birth to now.
Oh
my
I
God.
want every day.
Well, I won't go that far in depth, but start off. I'm originally from Beausejour. That's just about half an hour to 45-minute drive northeast of Winnipeg. That's where I grew up as a kid. More of a hockey town, not really much other really sports. Kind of now, it's slowly starting to become a little bit, other sports coming in. I believe it's still decent for baseball and stuff like that. But when I was growing up, not much of a football town. So started playing East Side Eagles. I believe it was Adam. Played 6 years out of there.
Ooh.
Then after grade 9, ended up moving to the city so I could play high school football at Kildonan East. Played 10 through 12 there. Graduated, then went on to play 5 years with the Winnipeg Rifles. And then from there, went and played 3 years Bisons. Didn't really think I was going to go to university. No, school's not my thing. So pretty much was just there just to play ball. So
I like this guy already.
So that's about it. And then had a year off, didn't play at all, just kind of, seeing where stuff was going to go. Ended up going to I can't remember the year it was, but ended up going to I think it was the Western Combine for the CFL. Would have been right after Bison. So that was kind of a neat experience. I was only kicker at the time to go. So that was a little bit neater, but it was also, a little more pressure, I guess you could say. And then had a year off, didn't do much, just, kind of kicked on my own, did some stuff there. And then last year, this time I was in Mexico playing football down there for, I believe it was just 2 months I was down there for, and then ended up having to come back with the whole COVID situation. So
yeah,
that's about it. Nothing really new otherwise. Besides, I believe there still are some teams that are interested in me going back down there. Not too sure if I will or not, depending how stuff will go, or I guess once their season starts up, whenever that might be, and if some stuff will change compared to how it was the last time I went down. Was kind of a mixed, how do I say this nicely? It was just
it was rough.
It was just a lot of miscommunications down there with a lot of stuff, I think it was to deal with some of the stuff with the CFL compared to that league, and kind of with the because there was a partnership with the CFL, so it was just a lot of communication errors, I think. So it was a little rough around the edges going down there, but otherwise it was a great experience all the way around. Apparently, there's a team in France that's interested in me going out there, which is kind of neat. So,
Well,
but
if you don't confirm anything there and you end up being a free agent, I know I'm speaking for Dragon here. I know that we have space on our touch football team in the summer, so there's no pay, but you do get a jersey, and
you got paid to play with us.
Yeah. Now, when Dragon gave me the background, because Dragon does pretty much 100% of the work of getting the guests, because me and Katie are lazy shits.
Oh, myself lazy.
Okay, I'm a lazy shit. So when he gave me the background information about you guys, for you, when you said that you played in Mexico, I caught interest because I take pride in holding down the fort as being the only Latino on the podcast. So I was curious about because in all honesty, I didn't even know there was a football league in Mexico or any really Latin country. So I was curious of like, how is the football culture, and like, how is it compared to, like, let's say in Canada?
Well,
like, is there a lot of support? Is it kind of like not real people pay attention to it, or is there more like a lot more fans of football than people would think?
There is and there isn't. Let's put it that way. I think it depends. Like, I believe that league, when I went down there, I believe it was their 5th season as a league themselves. I believe, I could be wrong. It might be 6 years, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. So I believe it's still pretty new to a lot of like the people down there and stuff like that. There's a lot of youth football down there. There's lots of youth football, which is actually kind of surprising. I was a little surprised by that because I really wasn't really didn't know what I was expecting when I was going down there. So knowing kind of like for the community clubs and stuff, like the fields and facilities that they got down there is actually pretty neat and pretty eye-opening when I was down there. Compared to, let's say, university ball up here, I think the level is a little bit, I want to say it's about the same, give or take, depending, kind of what teams you're playing around. Just the reason I'm saying that is just the coaching down there is a little bit different because it is guys that are working full time. So like they're not able to put in the same amount of work as, let's say, in theory, a CFL coach or some coaches in the CIS or university spectrum itself. So it's a little, it's not as like it is a rough league to play in. There's a lot of big hits and stuff like that. So I find it to be a little more rougher of a league to play in than what the university was. That's for sure. But you are playing against grown men and stuff like that. Like I believe there's one guy on one team, he was 40 years old, which was kind of 40 or 45 or something like that. It was quite a a shocker to see that.
You got a Tiago Brady over there.
Fans wise, there's not, depending where we were, all of our home games are on Friday nights. So if the soccer team was playing in Monterey where I was, we'd get, I want to say maybe 2,500 to 3,000 people, maybe.
Okay.
We were playing in a university, you could say university college stadium there, which was actually, that was an eye-opening experience. The stadium that we were playing in for home games was just mind-blowing. Probably, I'd like to say, half the size of the Bomber Stadium.
Jeez.
Maybe a little bit bigger. I believe they fill it for their games, but then again, I think their games are like early evenings and stuff like that. So our Friday night games, we didn't have as many people as I thought we were going to have. But then when we went on road trips and stuff like that, the away games Sundays, or I believe we played one Saturday, stands were full. And like at least, I think one place had at least 10,000 people, every bit of it. So depending, I guess, kind of where you are and how the games go, there is quite a bit of fans and stuff like that, which was kind of eye-opening. I wasn't really, it was just hard to really expect what it was going to be down there, right? So
Yeah.
so that's about that.
No, that's actually interesting to hear because I know that on our season one of our early, I want to say I think it was the first episode we had of the podcast is that Dragon told us about the Chinese Football League.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Was yeah, and I was just kind of interested and like kind of surprised. Obviously, I know that football, like there's people that have to play it like in every country around the world, but I was just surprised to know that there was a lot of, because you would never know, because all you really hear about is the NFL and the CFL, and you know if you're in the States, like the CFL isn't really talked about even with that. So like I know that football isn't really like they don't really talk about leagues around the world. So I was just kind of surprised to know that there's actually big support. In other places like Mexico, China, Japan, even in the Middle East a little bit. Like I know like how you're saying like soccer obviously is big in Mexico.
Yeah.
And everywhere like soccer is worldwide, and obviously football and basketball obviously I wouldn't say are on the same wave like worldwide as soccer is, but I don't know. I just find it interesting knowing that the sport is played, everywhere. And like I feel like obviously I've never been to that level like you were, but I feel like I would have the same mindset of like going there. Like you don't really know what to expect because you don't know if we're gonna be playing with like 5 fans in the stadium, or there's gonna be 2,000 or 3,000 like you said. Like I don't know. I just find it interesting. I was gonna ask Makenna. You said that you, when you're giving a little background thing about yourself, which like Katie said was heavily detailed. When you're saying that you found joy, you find joy and you like breaking the whole or like dominating male dominated sports. So we've had a few female football players on the podcast. And I kind of dived in about like their experience, playing, and how like football is stereotypically, a guy sport or a man's sport, and such and such. And they've all had, I want to say positive things to say about playing with like guys supporting their teams, and then them playing on guys' teams and being like one of like the few like 2 or 3 girls on the team. And you said you've always had positive experiences about like the guys being nice. And obviously there's that period at the start about like the guys want to see like, is this girl really like, are these girls like really in it to play, or there's just like like the stereotypical shit like they can't handle and stupid shit like that. And you said that there's always that first period of like them testing them, and them like seeing like, are you, do you want to be hit like like me treating you like how I would treat a girl, or am I gonna hit you like I would just hit a regular player? And you said that it's a positive experience about how like after that first little bit they're treated as like just another player. So asking you, what is your experience like? Do you like, have you had positive or negative experiences like being a girl and like I said, like a man's sport?
Yeah.
And like how do you think that can change, like what guys can do, and if you have anything about what girls can do to kind of change it to where like it's not like, it doesn't have to be a guys league and a girls league. It can just be the sport. It can just be everyone playing on the same equal field.
Yeah. So for me, one day I don't know if you guys keep up with the UFC or MMA at all, but the way
Keep
the
up with
UFC or
UFC.
MMA.
Yeah. Well,
So the way the UFC is just females and males, and they can be on the same card. It's not like a separated league. It's not like a big deal if you're female, right?
Yeah.
And I'd really love for football to be that way one day. I know that girls and guys can't be on the same team just because that wouldn't be safe. So I know it would have to be different leagues, but I would love to make it something that isn't so like, oh, you're a chick, you play football. Okay, you're gay or you are doing it to get some guys.
Yeah.
Because honestly, for me, it wasn't a positive experience ever growing up. I started playing in the 7th grade, and I would get DMs from random guys, grown men, telling me, "Oh, you dyke, you like, how dare you play football? Women aren't meant to play football. You guys are all gonna burn, like blah blah blah, like, and you guys like aren't meant to do this. Men are so much stronger than you. You're so pathetic, right?" Constantly. It was all the time. And like I've always been pretty vocal about my opinions on things on social media, so I posted about it. So you could say I was asking for it in a way, but I was also in middle school, right?
Yeah.
And that was my experience always. Whenever I brought it up, it would be men always just saying, no, like, you play football. You don't play football. That's not real football, right? Or if I
Yeah.
told them, like, yeah, I'm actually a linebacker and I do lay people out sometimes, they're like, yeah, for a girl though. And I'm like, so? And
Yeah.
then in the 10th grade, I went to Kelvin and I was going to play on their team, right? And I went to summer camp, and last day of summer camp tore my MCL, so I was out for the season, right? But the guys, for the most part, were pretty good. Like, yeah, they did test you a bit, and they were a little bit like, "Oh, I'm gonna go easy on you," right? But
Yeah.
once they realized, like, once they got used to you being around, it was fine. And especially, I think the big difference is coaches when they say, like, look, guys, she's a chick and she's gonna be playing with you, and I expect you to act respectfully about it, right?
Yeah.
I think it's more about the coaches than it is the actual guys, because like teenage guys are gonna act stupid however, like wherever they are, but if they have a role model telling them that no, this is normal, this is good, and you need to accept it, then I think it makes a big difference.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, going on after that, I've had a great experience in football. It's been very empowering, and it's been very nice to be able to connect with all sorts of people, I'm from River Heights and I went and played on the Nomads. And so I was very disconnected from the North End, and I was very privileged growing up. And it was kind of humbling to be able to go play on that team and get connected with people from other parts of the city and realize that like the North End isn't just some scary place. Like you have friends
Yeah.
there, because
Yeah.
the North End is very stigmatized. So I think that's another thing about football
For
that's
sure.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of good. I'm in the North End. Dragon's the North End. There's a lot of good people down here if you look
Yeah.
past the liquor store robbings and stabbings. I think we can,
Yeah.
there's some good
There's
people.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad what you said about the whole UFC thing, because I'm a big fan of mixed martial arts, and I feel like what they did with the women bringing them in is basically like they're basically on an equal playing field. Like you see, like heavyweights and big dudes who are like obviously are gonna knock each other out, and they're gonna be on the undercard while they have like like women on the main event. It's just an equal playing field.
Yeah.
I feel like they're doing a great job, I would say, in that way. And I feel like yeah, that's pretty much what a lot of people said about like the other female guests we've had about their experiences. That obviously was positive after a while now, but with like being teenagers, I know I can speak for myself, but I know like as a kid in middle school, obviously I was stupid, and I had the same mentality of like, oh, like because me and Dragon pretty much started in our middle school or elementary, started the whole playing football outside. Everyone was just kind of doing whatever, and me and Dragon were like the first real kids that I saw actually playing football outside. And like we didn't really have much girls play with us a lot, but it was just more like as a kid having that mentality of like, oh, like you can't play with us, like if we hit you, we're gonna get in trouble and shit like that. But like after a while it was just kind of like seeing that like like there are obviously girls that can play, and there's girls that can catch, can outrun us, can truck us if we're not paying attention. So it's like and then going into high school, our football team, we didn't have like every year we would have like one or two girls like come to like the first couple of practices and stay for that long, that they would come for a week and then leave. And I feel like like it was up to them, obviously, if they wanted to keep playing or if they had a bad experience. It felt like they were just treated as like just another girl. Then they have every right to leave if they feel like they're not being respected. So I feel like it was more on us that, like, you know, the girl came on the team. I can't really remember how, like, if we really like went hard and hit them a lot. But I know that, you know, we kind of just talked amongst, like, the guys talked amongst themselves saying like, oh, she's gonna last a week and da da da. And I really wish we had girls on the team that kept for the long haul, just for, because it was one of the situations where I wanted to be proven wrong, just so, you know, like, just so like people could see, because like as a high school, like I had the mentality, like, again, I was stupid. And I had the mentality of like, oh, they can't really play with us, like they're gonna get hurt. And like now I kind of have a different perspective. Like anybody can play, doesn't matter of your sex, gender, sexual preference or whatever. Like if you want to play the sport and you put your mind to it and you mentally and physically prepare yourself, it doesn't matter about your gender. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much. I feel like there needs to be more support about it. And I know, like, professional wise, I could be wrong, but I don't really, like, there's not, for media wise, there's not a lot of talk about female leagues. And it's kind of annoying. Well, a lot of guys will like it, but it's kind of annoying after a while of just knowing that, like, the only really female league that people hear about is like the lingerie football league.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, so, and it's just kind of, and obviously that's just of like just girls walking around bikinis and bras, and it's not obviously guys aren't watching that to. And when you score a
that's the
touchdown,
thing,
like,
is there
on a beer.
the thing that I have with that is they're sexualizing the sport. They're saying,
Yeah.
okay, you play football and now you're gonna run with your titties and ass out so we can stare at it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're really gonna take a sport that this woman's getting paid to do very little, much less than men, right?
Of course, yeah.
And then you're gonna throw her in panties and a bra and say run around now.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a bit ridiculous because we want to be respected in a way that isn't objectifying us, which is what happens in lots of sports. Volleyball, rugby, right? And it's cheerleading. It's just a bit ridiculous because football is a sport where you are supposed to be covered, you know?
Yeah.
It's a sport where you're supposed to be padded up, you're supposed to be in your jersey and your pants, right? And it's bothersome to see the only representation being that when there's other things like the Team Canada League and there's things like, oh my God, WWFL, right?
Yeah.
And it's really frustrating when all your life you're told that, like, you're shown that girls are like objectified and just sexual objects and whatever. And then you grow up, you think, okay, it's not going to be like that now. And then it's still that way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just tiresome. And I think you're absolutely right about the whole support thing too, is if, like, for any high school guys, if they have a female on their team, don't do the side talk like that. Like, because we hear it, it makes us feel like shit. It's going to make us want to walk away. If we feel like this is a whole family and we're coming in, you guys are like, whisper, 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 whisper. It's like, nah, man, I'm not going to like intrude on your family, right? So like, be honest. If you think they aren't going to last, tell them to their face. They can take it. They're big girls, right?
Yeah.
They'll hit you with something back. Exactly. And then support them. If they fall down, help them up. Teach them. Show them footwork if they're messing up. Don't be like, oh, what a bitch. You can't even do a ladder. Like, excuse me. Last time I checked, you're in 9th grade and haven't touched a football since the field in grade 7. Like,
and like even if it's a thing where, like, you know, like, oh, like, I can't do the Oklahoma drill, or I can't do a ladder, or I can't hit bags and shit like that, then, well, if you see me struggling, then show me. Like, if you know, like, help me out then.
And a high school football, there's tons of new people. They act like girls are the only people that come on. They're fresh with like a fresh pair of cleats, like they haven't played. When there's dozens and dozens and dozens of grade 9 boys running around that haven't touched a football in their life. And yet those boys are buddies with the seniors and the captains because they're not girls and it's fun for them. But if you're a girl, it's okay, you know?
I feel like, and even with the whole thing, what am I trying to say here? I feel like now looking at it as an adult, I think that if anything, if I were to have like, let's say, a partner, like if I had a girlfriend and I see her playing football and I see her like take another girl's head off, like if you know, if guys have the mentality of seeing it as like, okay, like, you know, like those like lingerie football, like sexualizing it, like, okay, if you have that type of mentality, wouldn't that like turn you on, or wouldn't that like make you happy, or like
Yeah.
excite you seeing like your girlfriend taking other girls' heads off or putting them on their ass? I think that's an exciting thing to see. Like everyone likes seeing violence is exciting, as bad as it is, but I feel like, you know, that's what people watch UFC and boxing, you want to see people, you know, like the frustrations that they can't let out themselves because, you know, they don't want to go out and hit someone and get arrested. So they let out their frustrations by watching other people beat the shit out of each other. Yeah. And I feel like, you know, if we're able to watch, you know, the way football, you know, when it started and then went on in the 50s, 60s, 70s, like people watched it not because, you know, of like it was all technical at the time. It was because I want to see someone get ran over. I want to see someone get flipped upside down. I want to see someone's head come off and fucking start bleeding out of their head. Right? It was violence. And I feel like it's the same thing where like with girls, like I would want to, if I'm willing to want to watch a guy, you know, I wouldn't want to see a guy fucking take out a girl and put her in the fucking ambulance, but I would love to see a girl put another girl in the ambulance. Like not a dirty thing, obviously, but I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like it should. Sorry, go ahead.
That's one of the things with female football is the reffing. They don't accept hard hitting. I'm a hard hitter, and I've been called out by the league multiple times. We almost had to, like, we played a game won by a long shot, right? And I laid out this girl, laid her the fuck out, coach's daughter. He was pissed, got ejected, right? A week later, we get an email from the league saying that they're gonna throw out the game and we have to replay it because I hit too hard. So all of a sudden the game was forfeited. I was like, are you kidding me? Just because this chick can't get back up, she wasn't even concussed. She hadn't broken anything. She just didn't get back off the field.
Yeah, and she's got much.
Yeah, and I was like, I rocked her. Too bad she's a pussy. Like, sorry. Like, no, like you're signing up to play football. Don't be a little bitch about getting hit. It makes me angry.
Yeah.
Because then you get moments like that.
Yeah, if you're having doubts and you feel like football's not it, then decide that at practice or decide that with your team. Like, don't if you suit up for the game, you hop on the bus, you have that entire bus ride to decide. Okay, do I want to do this?
Yeah.
The game, and you're hitting people, and you get hit, then it's kind of like you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel that. I think that's bullshit. I feel like definitely the girl being the coach's daughter definitely had a lot to do with it.
No, yeah, it did. Well, the coach got ejected because he was swearing at me after, and I was like, I'm 15, relax.
Yeah.
Gonna raise the bitch.
Yeah, it kind of leads. I think we've talked about it before. It kind of leads to something else I want to talk about. I kind of just thought about. I know my experience. I've talked about it before. I've ranted about it. I know when I played for Maples, which obviously is not a glorious football culture, but I know we played. Obviously, a lot of people, you know, when you can't accept a loss, they'll blame it on the refs and the coaching and never put the blame on themselves. But even looking back, like 4 years later, I still feel like the refs, the way they coached our games, really had it out for us.
Sometimes refs absolutely take favorites. Yeah.
Refs absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely, 100%.
What's up, Kaden?
It's been like 6 years, man.
I know, bro, but it's still personal. It's just I just want to talk about what's your guys' take on how, like, through your careers. I know you guys are still playing, but what, like, let's say in high school, and if you played club before high school, what was your guys' like? What was your relationship with the refs? How would you handle, like, let's say, you know, you have a clean hit and the ref says, "Oh, that was dirty," and such and such. I know, like, what was your experience with that? And how do you, like, what is your take on refs now? And how much leniency do you give them, like, knowing that they're just trying to do their job and they can never be perfect because everyone's going to have their opinion? Before you guys go, my take on it is in high school, I think I'm completely fine saying this. All the refs that not all of them, there were some cool guys, but most of the refs that we had, it's always that main like oldest one who like just seems like he's just angry about something in his marriage or some shit that's taken out on us. Like, I know that there's a lot of refs that just should not have been should not be getting paid for that bullshit. And I feel like you said, there was favorites. Like when we played a team like out of town, like Beaver Bray or Fort Francis or fucking Portage or some shit like that. Like we played like Dryden, we played like out of town team or like a dominant. I'm not making this a race thing, but kind of. When we played like a dominantly white team, like the shortest player on their team is fucking 6 foot tall, 230 pounds with like arm tattoos. Like when we played a team like that, I felt like we were not getting calls, and I feel like it was like, you know what? I understand a ref can't be perfect, and there's going to be calls that you miss, and there's going to be calls that you get wrong. But when one team has, 15 flags on them, another team has 0, like, like we all know how to play the game. Like you said, there's like the grade 9s and 10s who don't play that, like never played football before. But when you got like the seniors and juniors who are playing, and especially in high school, playing both sides, and obviously 4 years in and playing football before high school, they know how to play football. They know what they're doing. And the fact that when one team has a bunch of players on their side, another team has 0, and they're good, and they're basically winning because like we're getting holdings and shit like that every play, and basically making it, when it feels like you're making it possible for us to win, even if we could. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like, especially for the WHSFL, my experience, there's some crooked refs, and I'm still holding on to that now. Like Kaden said, it was fucking 6 years ago, but it still hurts, because I feel like there's a couple of games that we would have won that I would have loved to go to a post game party about and drink to celebrate, that I couldn't because we got screwed. So what's your guys' experience with like refereeing, and how have you guys been with referees, and you guys have any stories about one time where you just lost it on one, or you just told one to just suck a cock?
I guess I'll go first. For the most part, at least in the senior girls league, was the refs were pretty close with us. They were pretty chill most of the time, but I definitely noticed times in high school where I think we were either playing Dryden or Kildonan East, and the refs were just clearly favoring, just flag after flag after flag to us. And I was like, he just took him off by the head, and you're just gonna pretend you didn't see it. It was right in front of you. No, I know, and it was just ridiculous. And then it's games where the ref pretty much decides the winner that pissed me off, where it's like, yeah, I'm supposed to win, but I'm down by 6 right now because you're being a dink. And there was one time where I told a ref to like fuck off or like take something up his ass, I think, but like,
yeah,
not often.
Yeah. Brad, what about your experience? I don't want to get you fired or anything or get you sued. But,
no, I'll be good. I'll just watch what I say. High school, kind of hard to really complain about any guys. There were some guys that were pretty bad. I know when my last year, grade 12, going out to Kenora and Dryden, those refs I thought they favored, especially some of the rules were a little bit different than what we would play back here in Winnipeg. So
sorry if you said, where did you play high school?
Kildonan East.
Okay, sorry. I know you said that.
So yeah, like playing like Dryden and Kenora, I think we didn't play Fort Francis at all, but it seemed like the refs did try to favor the teams there a little bit. The worst thing where I kind of see why, because they were kind of the bottom of the league at that time when we did play them, so I could kind of see that. I ended up, I think it was grade 10, 11, and 12, I was reffing community club ball, so I got to know a lot of the guys and stuff like that were reffing high school games.
And their side, yeah.
So obviously, you do make bad calls or you do miss stuff. It just happens with how fast the sport is, right? Were there sometimes some of the guys that I did ref with that were ref in high school games that I wanted to scream at because I think they made the wrong call or stuff like that? Quite a few times. I can't say no to that. I also know playing rifles, there were some games at home that even though we had home refs, I found they threw more flags on us than what they would on the opponents. I know when we go to Saskatoon to play Saskatoon, that was a one-sided game. We knew that going in that we always had to watch what we were doing for penalties because if there was a chance that the ref could possibly see something, they were throwing a flag, and we knew that right before we even got on the bus to go there. Bison's at home, we probably had not the best ref thing that we probably should have. Obviously, I could say 9 times out of 10, we took some stupid penalties that we probably didn't need to do, but there were some penalties that the other team should have had that were blatant in front of referees that should have been called and never got called. So Coach Dobie was losing his bananas on the sidelines, and there was a few times some of us had to pull him back so he wouldn't get ejected. But he was, he's passionate about what he, about the game too, right? So instead of us getting tossed, he would, gradually take, getting tossed, but never happened, thank goodness. There were, there are some guys that you do want to yell at. I never had the opportunity. I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever yelled, like really lost my bananas on a referee. I don't think in any league that I've played in, even going down to Mexico, I don't think I lost. Some other coaches and stuff, yeah, you kind of yeah. So I there are bad refs everywhere you go. That's without a shadow of a doubt. There are some guys that are just there just for the money, even though depending what league it is, it's not much money. Some guys are just for the money. They don't care about anything else. I know, like I said, I used to ref. I think I became a better player because of reffing. You understood the rules better and stuff like that. So you kind of got to know, or you knew what you could kind of get away with and what you couldn't get away with type of deal too, if there's some stuff on the line or, in a scrum or something. So, there's stuff like that. But then there's also, stuff that if you did pull, you knew you were going to get flagged. So.
Yeah, you're kind of learning the secrets of the game and kind of like you said, not that assuming that you'd be a dirty player, but I mean like you kind of know like what you can get away with, what you can't, and know how if even if you do a play, if you make a move that you don't think is a flag, but how refs would probably see it as one, you kind of know.
Yeah,
like their way of thinking, you kind of get inside their brains a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Before we move on, Dragon, Katie, do you have anything to add about it? I know, Dragon, you refed for touch football. I was gonna ask you, do you have the similar thing as Brad, where it's kind of like you kind of had a different perspective after? Because we're not gonna lie, because I played with you, bro. I know you cussed out a couple refs under your breath or you weren't fond of them. But did you have like a different perspective after? Like, were you more of like, okay, like compassionate about them and like, understanding where they came from, like having to hear all the shit about a player, no matter what you do, someone's gonna complain.
That's true.
What was your experience with it?
I hate all refs in general. I hated myself too.
Okay.
I don't know. Everyone's gonna complain about something. You're never gonna call anything perfect.
Yeah.
But then again, touch is different from tackle. We never refed tackle, never wanted to. But touch, everyone complains about something, no matter what.
For sure.
That's all I have.
Yeah.
Everyone complains.
I complain too.
Yeah, that got sportsmanship award back in high school.
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
Is this coming from the same guy that got for sportsmanship award back in high school who said he hates all refs?
Yeah, can you say it a little louder, please?
I said, right? Is this coming from the same guy that got nominated for the sportsmanship award in high school?
Damn right it is.
All refs. Because, fuck.
Hey, no, I support that award because even though Dragon was calling a lot of people fuckfaces, he was doing it with a smile. You know, he's still a good guy on the outside. He's kind of a dick on the inside, but pause. But Kaden, anything to add? I know that you had a great time with refs in high school.
At one time got called. I got flagged like 4 times for unnecessary roughness.
Tell the full
Wow,
story.
surprise, surprise.
Tell the full story, because we're not gonna act like you didn't deserve it.
Did I?
Bro, the guy was literally standing in front of, like how like people like the parents would like have like their like little lawn chairs out and then like watching the game. Like the guy was literally in front of a couple like 20 yards from the sideline and you hit him.
It was
and you didn't just tackle him, bro. You gave him the X and you right in the chest, man.
It was kickoff and they were returning and Sred told me to set the tone.
So he set the tone.
Hey,
The tone.
can't blame him.
Yeah. The hit was so hard though. You can hear it on my highlight tape. It was like it echoed. It was so loud it echoed. It was like a
bro.
That's nice.
I think that was the St. Norbert game, right?
Yeah.
I remember that kickoff and I remember you hitting him and all I heard was and then 3 seconds later, hey, get him off the fucking field. And then like all the parents just screaming at him. And I looked at Katie, the guy just has the biggest grin on his face. I'm pretty sure I dapped him up, but I was a fake ass. I dapped him up, and then when he got the flag, I was like, Canadian man, what are you doing? Katie, what was the difference, if there any was? My grammar is great right now. What was the difference between the reffing that we got in high school, which we both know was shit, compared to when you went out to BC, and then rods,
and then touch.
Yeah, and then touch. Oh, we don't want to talk about touch refs, man.
So bad. They don't give a damn either. Hey, they'll straight up shit talk you.
Yeah, and I remember this one time. It was a playoff game, and our kicker made a field goal, and then like everyone watched him make it, and it was like on our home field, and then the ref said he missed it, so then they took 3 points forward, and then it didn't matter because we ended up being like 54 to like 20, so
yeah,
so like would have been 57.
Oh, that was no, never mind.
That was one of the very few games I played.
Yeah.
But as for touch, like touch is just you niggas is pussy. I'll tell you niggas this to their faces, bro. Like I got suspended from touch.
You got suspended way more than once too.
Yo,
I've never been suspended. I've gotten close. I've never been suspended because I'm definitely not going to get banned for the rest of the season after I paid $90 or close to $100. Okay, so Makenna, you said you played Pitt.
No.
Touch. No. Oh, you played different. Sorry, my bad. I'm assuming. My bad. Cancel.
No, I just went and I hung out with them and watched their games. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we move on, I just want to give a shout out to I don't know her name. Dragon does, but I don't want to get him in trouble. There's a female ref that we have, or that they have in touch football. That Jenna has nothing to do with it, but she's the only female ref that I've seen. Ref. And listen, all respect to her, man. She could be a lovely. Hold on, Kate. I need to get this out. She might be a lovely woman. Probably happily married. Probably a lovely bunch of kids. But she's a shit ref.
It's funny.
Yeah, she's just a cuck. She likes to talk and she likes to make jokes that aren't funny. She likes to call flags that aren't even flags. You drag and Katie, it's personal, man. I'm still hurt, bro.
It's like
there's one time where I had a long ball and I was on Dragon's ass because he was playing quarterback, and I remember it vividly. It was a while ago. I told bro, I'm gonna hit it. I'll go for it, man, because you insist on interrupting me.
Bro, like I know where you're going with this, bro, but I think Chris was offside, so the play didn't count anyway. So yes, bro, you ran for it and you caught that post route and you scored. but it was Chris that was offside, so it had to come back.
No, there was a different play where it was I did a hook and go, and I was telling Dragon, I was like, bro, because Dragon likes putting me on fucking hooks, right? Because I was like, bro, I'm gonna hit this hook and go, and the guy's gonna be fucking on the other field, bro. He's not even gonna be in the arena, man. I'm gonna be gone, and I'm not a fast guy, but I know he's gonna be gone, man. I've done 18 hooks in a row. He's not gonna expect to go bars, right? And Dragon was like, all right, I'm gonna give you a shot, kid. All right, it was one of those like in the hallway, thanks, Mean Joe type of situations. He was like, I'm gonna give you a shot, kid. So I hit the hook and go. The guy's gone. I'm wide open. And there was another guy playing safety, and I went up for the ball, didn't touch him, his hands on my chest, trying to get a little, whatever. I grab it. It wasn't a moss. It wasn't over his head, but it was over his head. Nice, bro. And you want to know who got called for PI? Ding! And I just looked at her, and if eyes can talk, I told her to die. It was just every time we play and I see that she's reffing our game, I don't want to play. I there's a point where I sit down and I like contemplate taking my cleats off, and it's just like, you know what? I paid $100. I'm gonna play this game, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. And that's the games where I just play with just no smiles. And I usually enjoy the game, but when she refs, I just don't. Even when we win, it's just like, you know what? I didn't even want to win. I just want to play. Like, I just don't like it. Yeah, ever since then, she can go fuck herself. A lot of the refs in Pitt are shit bars. But hey, that's neither here nor there. We're back-to-back champs. Nevertheless. So it would have been a 3-peat, but the season got canceled. So that's all I have to say about that. Sorry, I'm a bitch.
Drake, how many shots?
How many do I have? Or us?
I got like 6. So y'all got
talking about us?
Yeah, us.
Us or me?
Us.
As an alumni?
Yes, man.
That was 3.
No, we don't. We have like 4 or 5.
We do not have
3. No, we have 3.
We have
We
3.
won, and then we lost, and then we went back to back.
I have 5. I don't know about y'all, but I got 5.
You know what? Well, this is the Up 3 podcast, not the Canadian podcast. So when you make your own podcast, you can talk about your achievements, okay? But I'm talking about my team and the Maples alumni as a whole. We've done a great job. Not just myself, not just Dragon, not just a certain player that I will admit carried us last season, but he wants to be a little bitch. So, yeah. I'm just gonna sit here and play the harp. I was gonna go ahead.
Yes, Makenna and Brad. Are you guys? How competitive are you guys in sports or anything in general?
Very, very.
Makenna, would you like?
Huh?
Would you like to go first, or would Brad like to go first? Who wants to take the reins on this one right here?
Brad can go first.
Okay, Brad,
fine. I would guess very competitive with.
Well, if he's played for like years, if he said he's not competitive, I would have a lot of questions.
I've been playing for too long. Let's put it like that. I would guess very competitive, especially technically. I don't want to say technically, but technically playing pro down in Mexico, got paid for it. Not much, but enough to pay the bills and stuff like that back
here.
I do play hockey in the wintertime. That's about it. Try to play as much hockey as possible and at a decent level. I'm not going to say I'm fantastic, but
yeah,
you can handle it, right? So
okay. Thank you. Makenna?
Yeah, I'm pretty competitive. I've definitely lost a couple of friends over competitions and stuff here and there, but I mean, I've had teammates actually when I was a captain for Nomads. I had some of my teammates come up and try and fight me because they thought I was being too competitive because I wanted to win and they weren't following their plays.
Oh, is that so, Cadian?
No, I agree with Makenna. Just
what do you say?
Oh, I know you do.
Wait, what did you say?
I'm agreeing with everything you're saying.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. There's not much else to say. I love shit talking on the field. So fun.
Look at that.
I had just met this girl. I'm into girls too, and I just met this girl, and I convinced her to drop this chick. That was like just terrible to her, and we ended up playing that team that night. And this girl knew that I was the one that had convinced her to drop her, right? And she was just this skinny, scrawny little white girl, right? And she calls me out. She's a DB, first of all. She's a DB. She calls me out, and I'm like, what are you gonna do? I'm 185 pounds. Like, you're 90 pounds, girl. And I started calling her out, calling her a bitch and shit. And then I lay her out, right? And she starts fucking, like, not crying, but like making a scene on the field, right? And I'm like, bro, you're really gonna,
You started it.
you're gonna act up and then you're gonna be a pussy right now. But besides that, I don't know. I don't have many stories.
Act up and get snatched up.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, if we're talking about competitiveness, I think it's only fair that I let my co-host go before I go on a little banter.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I feel like, I would say I was competitive. What the fuck was I gonna say, man? I
You want me
smoked
to go
weed,
first?
so my memory is gone. Yeah, okay, I'll let you go first while I collect my thoughts.
Yeah, we'll let Dragon go off. Dragon, please tell us about your competitiveness.
I was competitive in high school and all that. Was in touch. It's all about having fun, right, guys?
No.
Yeah.
It's about winning and embarrassing the other.
Sure. We're just there to play the game.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm there to win and talk shit.
Fact.
We know.
Okay, man. You know what?
Yeah. I was competitive. Like, I don't really have much stories. Like, I shit talk, but I don't remember anything. I just call, like, I just call people bitches, and then I let the game talk. Let my game talk. But what I was gonna say was, I don't know if I would say it's a bad thing, but when, like, your competitiveness from the field or whatever sport you play starts to flood over to, like, everyday things that might get a little bad. For example, Cadian, you know, me and Cadian are also big fans of basketball, and there was a brief period where I was contemplating, like, is it worth it playing basketball with Cadian? Because with him, he is a competitive guy, and I do respect that about him. However, every time we play, you know, like we'll go to the court together, man. And he'll drive us there, and, you know, we'll talk, make jokes, da da da. And soon as we hit the court, like, you would think that I insulted his family in the way that he kind of, like, if I score a point, he wants to fight. If he scores a point and I don't give him credit, he wants to fight. I understand it's a competitive thing, but, you know, when a 5-on-5 pickup game turns into, like, yo, bro, let's take this outside, every time, I think it's like, you know, it's like, bro, we can settle down. But like I said, I respect his competitiveness, and I understand that he has that dog mentality, and he doesn't like losing. So I understand. But at the same time, it's like, you know, calm down, man.
Well, you know what, Anthony, brother, it's good. Okay, I'm just gonna put it in terms like this. The last couple times we played basketball between you and me on this opposing team, same team, who emerges as the victor most of those times? The last couple times.
The last time you won, yes.
Thank you, and let the record show that I was down. It was up to 11, and I was down an 8-3 deficit, and I came back and I beat them.
It was 7-3 because we were playing up to 8.
Respectful, exactly. So 7-3. You remember? Good for you. So it was 7-3, and I scored 5 unanswered points. 2 of them were 3-pointers. 1 was a layup. I
wouldn't say 3-pointers, but it was like a free throw line spin around jumper.
What about the game winner from the top of the key that you left me wide open to shoot?
Okay, fair.
Thank you. So look, I'm very competitive. Like, if Dragon knows, because I play pit with Dragon football. I think the last outdoor season we had, I got into a little banter with a opponent of mine.
Banter.
So I don't usually talk until someone starts talking. So then what happened was I was playing defense and there was this receiver, and then we were both going up for a ball, and I guess I hit him the wrong way, like trying to like defend the pass or whatever, and he felt the type of way about it. So you know what, I let it go. You know, I was like, you know what, man, let's just have fun. So then the quarterback ends up passing the ball again, and I'm playing safety, so I'm coming down to try and deflect the pass or whatever. And as we're both going up for the ball, he kicks me in the face. So I'm down on the ground for like maybe like a minute or two, and then I go on the side, and as I'm walking, he's like, "Yeah, you deserve that, bitch." And I said, "Oh, I'm so bad for taking this game." So okay, and mind you, were we winning, Dragons?
Yes, we did win that.
Yeah, we won the game,
which we usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At the time, I think it was like 0-0 or whatever. It was something. So then we ended up scoring, and let's just say every time we scored, I let the other team know and that guy know that we scored. And then it came down to it where they needed like a Hail Mary to like tie the game or whatever. And it was just funny to me because the pass that was thrown to the same receiver again, I deflected it and I let him hear about it. And I asked him one question: who's the bitch now? Now take your ass home and enjoy this fat L, pussy. And he didn't like that very much at all. He did not like that. But you know what? I didn't give a fuck because we won, and I was driving home happy. And I think it's pretty bad that that's when you know you're getting under someone's skin, when the whole bench has to talk to you about like shutting up. Like I was only beefing with one player, but at the end of the game, I was beefing with the whole team. So I have that effect on people.
They're waiting for you at the exit.
They were waiting. Dragon can attest to this. He knows it's true.
That is true.
Thank you for the story, Katie. Look forward to hear you on the field when Pitt comes back. Before we move on, because I know Dragon has a boner ready to go to talk about the Super Bowl. Before we move on, I kind of wanted to ask: have either Makenna and Brad, have either of you guys been on a podcast or type of interview before?
Where's this going?
Yeah, this is a new one.
Oh, this guy's gonna attack me for lying down.
It's not a bad question. It's just a question I have to ask before what I was going to get into.
I know this is going.
Podcast stuff.
Makenna's muted.
I've done some interviews and stuff, but that's
Okay.
so.
Okay, so what I was gonna ask was, like how you're saying, like doing interviews. I know that we've basically been focusing around football, and it can get tiring. Talking about the same things over and over and asking the same questions and trying to figure out like how to answer the same question differently all the time because you don't want to sound like a broken record. Before we move on and talk about more football, was there anything? It could be football related or not. Dragon, if you laugh at me one more time, I know where you live. What is there anything that you guys like? Because now is the time where like there's a lot of shit going on. And I feel like now is the best time for people to voice their frustrations and talk about things that need more attention. Is there anything that you guys wanted to talk about or address that you take passionately before we move on and talk about more football that you haven't gotten a chance to talk about before on like a platform like this?
He was going first. Brad will go first.
If there's anything, if there's not, then
Yeah, nothing. To be honest, nothing I can really think about here offhand. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing that pops into my mind at the moment.
Okay.
No, me neither. Not really. I don't know.
Well, this
not right off the spot. Not right on the top of my head. No.
Okay. Well.
Sorry.
Dragon, that's all you, buddy.
So Super Bowl.
I don't like littering.
Who watched the Super Bowl? Did you all watch the Super Bowl?
I didn't
at
because I
work.
was working.
Yeah,
Me too.
little bit.
All right. Well, you didn't miss much. Brady does what Brady does best. Goes and wins the Super Bowl. Now I
Were
got
you
to
actually? What?
What?
Sorry. No, I was actually if you're actually cheering for the Buccaneers or if you were just following for Brady.
No, I said Bucks by 7. I said
You
this
would- you
here
really
a
meant
week
it was
ago.
Bucks by 21.
Yeah.
We could go.
On the talks of Brady being a GOAT.
It's unarguable.
Well, I have a debate if you want to grab your harmonica there.
Oh,
Here. Motherfuckers always got something new to say.
Louder. I couldn't
Hey,
hear you.
man.
You gotta be louder.
What's the
family at home.
harmonica
That's what she
for?
said.
Okay, so my debate question is, who's the GOAT of sports?
LeBron James.
Why do you think LeBron James?
LeBron James.
Why?
You know what? I'll ask Anthony this question. Anthony, who do you think is the GOAT of all sports?
The GOAT of all sports?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I plead the fifth.
All right, next person.
Fuck. Yo, can I take out saying LeBron? I'd rather plead Section 13 of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms against self-incrimination.
Okay, we're talking basketball. I'm going to say LeBron, but
No. Yeah. The GOAT of all sports.
Dragon?
Section 13, I plead it.
Okay, next.
The GOAT of all sports.
Anybody?
Jesus?
I mean, right now I'm a big fan of Dustin Poirier, but I feel like any UFC fighter could kick the shit out of any other sport. But
All right, next. I don't like that answer.
I like that answer because I lost money after Dustin Poirier knocked out Connor, so I don't want to talk about it.
you thought Connor was gonna win?
Okay, so
He also thought that Paulo Costa would be Adesanya, so
hey man.
Okay, so
yeah.
All right.
no,
So
there is no way Connor was winning that from the beginning.
okay, so I understand that they're both going in different. I know this isn't the topic, but they're going in different where Dustin was going in for revenge and Connor was going in for a paycheck.
Yeah, no, Connor was going in because he was like free money. Fuck it.
Yeah. You know what, man? Sometimes we make the wrong call and we lose money. And it's just I don't know what I was thinking.
Just to be clear, Anthony, how much money did you lose off said bet?
I lost 150. Not too crazy, but more than I wanted to. I feel like.
Are you saying $150?
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
Or in Brad's
to
case,
give to someone else.
I feel like I went for Connor more because like I knew if he won, it would be sooner that we saw him back because I enjoy watching him fight. I think people will enjoy watching him fight at least. I feel like if he won, that's definitely for sure he's going to come back. And if he lost, he's going to take a lot more time and have to hold that L.
Well, I mean, the fact that he lost also means that he needs to complete the trilogy because there's been one loss for each of them now.
Yeah. It's either he fights Poirier the third time or he fights Diaz. I don't want to see any other fight.
I want to see Chandler and Gaethje.
Huh?
Habib, the rematch.
Habib's not coming back. He's done. He's retired.
Yeah, Habib's done.
He said that he was going to go for the 30th fight that his dad wanted him to, but he retired when his dad died and his mom doesn't want him to go back.
Dana White has been talking to Khabib for like the last 3 months, sucking the skin off him, trying to get him back, and it has not worked.
No, the most he got was a maybe, so that's a no.
Maybe, yeah. The only fight that he wanted to do was GSP, and he retired. So
that's not happening. GSP isn't going to be coming back.
No, he's done.
Yeah, I want to see Gaethje and Chandler.
I was wrong. I'm sorry. Fuck.
What did
The
you think
Golden
of Michael
Hawk-
Chandler that night?
I think I watched him since Bellator.
Yeah.
Like since he beat Eddie Alvarez the first time.
Yeah.
And I've always been a fan of him. I thought obviously he looked pretty crispy.
Yeah, that's it.
Pause.
Yeah. Huh?
He looked pretty crispy. That's not, how's that a pause? Okay, fine, pause. Fair. I think that even though he's like a big name at Bellator, and the difference between UFC competition and Bellator is big, but not crazy big. I would say that him fighting him getting a title shot in his next two fights is kind of, yeah, that's too much. Like, I feel like they're pushing too much. I feel like he needs to fight another top 10 guy
I
before
wanted to
getting
fight
to the top 5.
Gaethje.
That would be a good fight.
I feel like that's a fair fight. I feel like if he won against Gaethje and then got a title shot against, like, I guess it'd have to be Poirier, but I feel like that's a lot better than just letting him get a title shot after his first fight in the UFC, you know?
Yeah. No, I feel like Poirier would probably either something for the title or probably fighting Oliveira. That's probably
Maybe, yeah.
next thing for him, yeah.
Although I was watching, who was it? Chael Sonnen, and he said that Oliveira is not going to be getting a shot at all, that it just doesn't make sense right now. I don't remember why.
Chael's an idiot. Sometimes he's right, but most of the time he just talks
See,
out of his
I
mouth.
think that too, but my boyfriend loves him and forces me to watch.
Yeah. I think Oliveira deserves it. He's won his last 7 fucking fights. And he tapped out Tony Ferguson, or beat the fuck out of Tony Ferguson, which is hard to do.
I mean, Tony Ferguson is one hell of a motherfucker. So
there's athletes that are
that
good, and then there's athletes that are off their rocker, and Tony's one of those guys.
Yeah.
But try to stay off topic, or stay on topic.
Right, sorry.
I'm glad to meet someone who actually or someone on the podcast who talks about UFC, because Dragon and Katie pissed me off if you don't.
Whoa.
But anyway,
You know what, man?
So good.
No. You want to get into this?
Get him, Christian. Get him.
No.
Makenna, I would love to have you back on. Just me and you, and we can talk about this.
Yeah,
Katie,
that'll be fun.
No,
you out, man.
nigga. No, nigga.
Look at you
No.
constantly talking over people.
You know what? Why don't you stop? Okay. Anyway, no, Anthony, if you really want to talk about this, brother, we can talk about it next week. Okay. Anyway, to stay on topic, Brad, who is the greatest sports athlete of all time?
Oh, you know what? To be honest, the whole time you guys have been having your own little conversation here, I've been trying to think of it, and I don't. I'm going to stick with hockey and go with Gretzky. I have to. With what he was able to do in the years that he played, like how can you? I don't know. I'm a hockey fan, so it's
Yeah.
to me that's just the go-to.
I don't watch hockey. I don't have anything bad to say about hockey. I just never got into it. Unfortunately, I'm in a hockey family. I don't know how that happened, because my family's Portuguese and they came down here and just loved hockey. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, everyone's huge hockey fans. Every time the family gets together, my uncles just watch the Jets and then talk shit about them, but they continue to watch the game. It's kind of weird. But yeah, they're big hockey fans, and I understand. I know of Gretzky. I know what his accomplishments, and I feel like he has to be the GOAT, at least for hockey, just because the fact, like, for my family in Canada, saying something bad about Gretzky is kind of like walking into a church and saying "fuck Jesus." Like, yeah, you don't disrespect Gretzky. It's kind of the wrong way to do. I feel like that's a really good that's a good nominee. I don't watch hockey, so I can't really say yes or no, or I can't really agree or disagree. But that's a good one.
My nominee. Well, thanks for asking, guys. My nominee is the GOAT, Tom Brady, and it hurts to say this being a LeBron James fan, but I can't. Ariana Grande said it best: 7 rings. It's hard to disrespect 7 rings. 6 with one team, yes, But Michael Jordan also had 6 with the Bulls. You didn't see him go to Washington and win a championship, nigga. So Tom Brady left New England, went to Tampa, and said, you know what? I'll take him, and let me get Gronk too. And took the motherfucking Super Bowl. And then won the Super Bowl against, well, the guy was supposed to be next up behind Tom Brady, and he washed them 31-9. They didn't even score a single touchdown. But granted, I'll give Mahomes this. He was running for his life, like, the whole game. So, but, like, at the end of the day, like, 31-9 is still, that's the GOAT. 7 rings.
I'm pretty sure I have my pick. And I'm going in the direction that Makenna was about the combat sports, of how I feel like combat sports, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, whatever.
Fuck! I know what you're going to say.
Hold on, partner.
Floyd Mayweather.
So I feel like with combat sports, or let's say boxing, for example, is harder to do than other sports just because it requires the most contact, and it's just, more. All sports are hard. But, Kaden, oh, man. I know where you live too, man. Watch out. Okay, so
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to do. So I'm leaning towards combat. I'm leaning towards boxing.
Floyd Mayweather.
And Kaden couldn't let me have just one thing. Filipinos are gonna be mad. But my pick will be Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
Kaden, I love you as a friend, bro, but I genuinely hate you. But my pick is Floyd Mayweather, 50-0. Was never in trouble. He hugs. He kind of slings by fights. Conor McGregor disrespected him. He went in and literally let him tire himself out. He literally let the guy just tire himself out and said, okay, 6th round, we're going to fight now.
Yeah.
And marked his territory, just straight pissed on him. It has to be Floyd. I knew I was going to pick a boxer, but the fact that he has no L's, I'm going to have to go Floyd Mayweather.
All right. So we have Gretzky, Brady, Mayweather, and
Jake Paul.
No, Dustin Poirier.
All right. Well, mine at the beginning of the week would have been Brady until I did my research. Where do we rank Serena Williams?
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh, Dragon, I like that.
23 Grand Slams, 4 gold medals, and she won a Grand Slam while pregnant.
That's
did?
tough.
Yeah.
That's badass.
That's tough.
So I would rank her as my GOAT.
Yeah.
Okay, then I can say the same thing and just say Lionel Messi. The argument is there just as much as Serena Williams. Okay, without the pregnant thing, like he's been consistent for like his whole career.
Okay, then
And he's
step
got
Oh, that's
Step
crazy.
down.
That's crazy. You said Lionel Messi, but you didn't say the person who has the most goals in professional soccer, which is Cristiano Ronaldo. Hey, you know what?
Hey, Anthony, you know what, man? No, hold on, Anthony, hold on. I just want to ask you 2 questions. What is your family's background again? Where are y'all from?
We are Portuguese, and my mom is half Spanish.
Okay, but no. But what was the first thing you said?
Portuguese.
Okay. Would you mind telling me what background Cristiano Ronaldo has?
If I'm correct, he's Portuguese.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think there's a big conflict of interest there, buddy. I don't know about you, but I think you should
conflict of interest.
Yeah,
you couldn't settle with bias. You had to say conflict of interest.
I'm educated.
Okay.
Makenna, it seems like you have something that you want to get off your chest. Do you have something you want to say, or?
No, I've noticed that a lot. You replace little words with bigger words, just because.
Ooh.
No, you know what?
Are you calling Katie and Stephen A. Smith? I feel that LeBron was redundantly.
You know what? You know,
That is
Makenna,
blasphemous.
I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response. Okay, it is egregious that you would say something like that. And
Egregious? Like Regis
He did
Philbin?
it again.
and I am flabbergasted at the notion that you would
Oh
think
my
so
God.
little of me.
You really just want to prove my point, right?
Hey,
Prove
give me
what
one
point?
more.
One more what?
One more word.
Word.
Bars.
What
Bars.
Okay, can we let's not get sidetracked and let's not get
Yes,
led
sir. We're
astray.
continuing, sir. The
What?
Edmonton-
What'd you say?
So, yes, sir. We're continuing, sir.
That's right, you better respect me.
Yes, sir.
Trust
Right.
me.
Trust me.
Oh,
The Edmonton football team to change their name.
You know,
to
no, Dragon, hold on. No, Dragon, hold on. I'm sorry.
Okay, do you guys understand what we go through now? Like having this guy.
yeah,
McKenna,
no, I
You
don't know
can't
how
wait
you
till
do
a
that every
sentence
week.
is done.
McKenna, it seems like you have something that you want to just get off the top. Like it's just you.
I'd
you
like to
have
be able to listen to somebody without you taking the screen. That's what I'd like.
You know what? You should be lucky that I'm blessing your phone with a picture of my face.
Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry.
Wow,
I'm
Katie, you're
so
really
lucky right
You're
now.
gonna be blessing another girl on your 7-month anniversary.
Yeah,
Hey, man,
I'm
what are you
really
doing?
sure.
You
I think she'd like that. Should I text her and just let her know that you let me? Yeah, I think she'd like that. Hey, girly, just so you know, your man. No. Katie, and you like to dig yourself some holes, hey? Deep ones too, bud.
Dragon.
You gotta go and dig those holes.
Dragon.
yes, sir.
Remove this woman. Remove her. Remove
dare
her,
you.
Dragon, before
You know
I say
what,
something.
Katie?
Before I.
You know what? Here, this is what it is. You've had something out for me since the day I met you.
That
You've
is
always
not
had it out
true.
for me.
That is
Yes, it
not
is. Yes, it is.
Yet.
not true.
Okay.
I don't have it out for anybody.
You're such a liar, Kadian.
I am not a liar. I'm
Yeah,
a very truthful person.
From day one, you've been beefing me. Day one, I come up off the stands and you're beefing me for the shorts I'm wearing. Because I came from a rugby game. You're beefing me. I haven't even met you. I don't even know your name. And you're like, oh, look at you, striped socks. Like, what the fuck?
Wow. Back to my
Wearing the
days.
striped pajamas.
Okay.
Mule looking ass.
Oh, that's not right, man. All right, you know what, Dragon? It seems I don't know if y'all ever seen this document called The Last Dance. But it seems like here someone's being a little Michael Jordan, taking everything personal. Dragon, why don't you continue with what you were saying, please, about the Edmonton football team?
The Edmonton football team potential names are the Evergreens, the Eagles, the Elkhounds, the Eclipse, the Evergolds, and the Elements.
So yeah, so we really like
the elements or
Evergreen,
the
but
elephants?
Elements.
Elements.
We really like Evergreen, but instead of green, can you just like put gold in there? Like, what do you mean? Like,
how are they gonna eat? Never mind.
Get the bat.
I don't know. I don't like any of those.
Yeah,
I like Eclipse.
Edmonton Eclipse.
That goes hard.
Guess that's not bad.
Oh, so now motherfuckers like it.
What were the
Anyway,
other
Dragon, would you please continue?
Okay. Taylor Heineke agreed to a 2-year extension with the Washington football team.
The guy that played Brady in the first round. The quarterback, number 4 for football team.
Okay.
Signed a 2-year extension worth $8.75 million. Trade talks between the Seahawks and the Raiders for Wilson for Carr.
What?
Yeah.
Nigga, we'll take him.
We'll take him.
You know what? I wouldn't mind having Russell Wilson listen to
I
Derek
don't
Carr.
remember having a grudge on the podcast. What the fuck is going on here?
Motherfuckers think everything's funny now. Anyway, I wouldn't mind having Russell Wilson over Derek Carr.
All right.
Derek Carr, if you're watching this, you know Big
If
Raiders
he's
fan,
watching
you know.
this,
Hey man, you never know.
Bro, if Derek Carr is watching this, I think we made it, man.
she's watching this. McKenna, Brad, what are you guys' NFL teams if you watch?
I don't really follow NFL,
Okay, next
if
person.
I'm being honest.
Oh.
Oh.
That shit looked like it hurt.
That
Brad?
was smart.
I do and I don't. I'd have to go with the Colts
Okay.
or the.
You
kinda
you
go-
don't hear that much, man.
I go back and forth. I go with the Colts and then I go with the Seahawks. So those
Okay.
are kind of my two there, but namely it's just the Colts. So
Okay. Okay.
Well,
well-
I'm a stiff Raiders fan. You know,
Pause.
big fan. Of,
Pause.
no,
You said
no.
you're a stiff Raiders fan.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I think
no.
that's pause.
Thank you.
You know what? You know, McKenna,
Kaden.
what you think does not warrant any cause against me because you've clearly got it out for me. So,
What?
anyway, yeah, so, no, I'm a stiff Raiders fan, you know, big fan of the silver and black. John Gruden, Al Davis, Mark Davis, you know, just the culture. Just win, baby. Even though we haven't really done that since 2015, but you know what? We're getting there.
That's all that matters.
And it also helps that I wore silver and black in high school and silver and black when I played majors. So that's pretty. I like silver and black.
Respect.
And I am black. So
Respect.
thank you.
Can I continue?
Yeah. Unless
Can
someone
I
has a
continue?
personal, unless someone has a personal thought to share. But, you know.
Bro, every podcast I get a notification of these hot single shit, man.
Okay. So what are you trying to
my
say?
phone's straight hacked.
Yeah. You've been looking at too much porn, bro.
All right.
On section 13 of the Canadian Charter of Rights, I
Okay. Ravens Orlando Brown requests trade. He wants to be a left tackle after be drafting as a right
Orlando
tackle.
Brown, isn't that the dude who smashed Raven Simone?
I-
Not so Raven. Okay, sorry, go Dragon.
Tommy Brady was hammered today during his boat parade. If anyone cares
Oh
about that.
my god, bro. He was smashed.
Bro, he threw the trophy. Just throwing the Lombardi trophy.
Tossed it. He gave it to the parade stumbling. I forgot who was holding him up, but he's just like, He looked like Mr. Leahy.
Canadian news: Bombers signed Mike Benson and Bryant Batman Mitchell.
Ooh.
Who's that?
I said two names. So who are you asking about?
Either one.
Did you say Mike Benson?
Yes,
That's my coach. That's awesome.
I know I coach with him. Wow, it's crazy.
Oh shit! That shit
But
was
not your coach anymore.
Damn.
I got my own career.
Okay.
He said, "You mean to tell me y'all niggas want me? All I gotta do is just leave this team. I'm coach." Yeah. Shit,
Okay,
motherfucker,
not my
I'm out.
football coach, like my trainer. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
No.
Goddamn
yeah.
fearless players.
Hey, at least we're not the fucking wolf pack. Excuse me.
You got a problem?
Yeah, I have a problem with the fact that the wolf pack can't win more than one game a year.
I didn't even get to coach yet, so
Oh, I'm sure you're gonna make a difference.
Dragon, are you saying that because you're not coaching a team
I
that
don't know.
they're not feeling any success?
Dragon has proven he could turn the team around. He
Hmm.
did it with Maples.
Oh, you
Prove me wrong.
Yeah, I
then. Prove
did.
me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Man, that's crazy.
Dragon, I'm
And we
telling you,
both
like,
coach
hey,
nomads. That's crazy.
What's that?
Dragon,
You done talking,
per-
Kaden? Oh,
it's
What did
personal.
you say?
Listen, bro, I'm telling you, she started with me, now she started with your ass. She on your ass too. It's personal. You better watch yourself before you get yourself in trouble. She gonna say some shit.
I think me and McKenna are cool right now. We already agreed to our MMA
Yeah.
podcast.
We're cool. We're all
Yeah.
cool. It's fun. It's banter.
It's fun. That's what we're all here for.
Right, annoying Katie.
I didn't even hear what you said though.
I said we
Katie
both
just takes shit too
Oh.
seriously.
You take shit too seriously. Fuck, I got a chin shot for your fucking ass.
Oh, see, look, here we go. Put it on.
You put it on.
Live, Kadian.
Pause.
How is it a pause, bro?
Can I continue?
Who you
Brother,
asking?
I would love for you to continue that. I'm dying.
I don't remember what the next thing was. I got nothing. I honestly forgot.
We're sorry.
Oh, yeah, we both coach Nomads. That's what I was saying.
Oh, right. Okay, I thought I recognized you somewhere. We were at the indoor practice together once, and we were against each other, right?
Yes, and you
That
were
was
shit talking
fun.
me then too.
I knew, yeah, but fun, right?
Yeah, it was fun.
You were shit talking me too.
You started.
You
it.
pushed me for. You pushed me.
No, I
first.
did not.
shit.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yes, you
shit.
did.
Whoa.
Yes, you
I
did.
told y'all
Yes,
she
you
was
did.
Whoa. Calm down.
What's up next?
I honestly got nothing.
Nothing.
We got
Okay.
nothing.
We all can argue for another couple minutes and just, set the tone.
Okay, Katie.
Shit. Right? Why show me a beef with a shorty? I didn't know. You think I would have said half the things I said if I knew you had beef with her too? Shit.
I don't
I
know.
would have let you take all the smoke. Nigga, I'm just sitting back, relaxing now, sipping on some water.
Speaking of sipping, you got any concerns this week, sir?
Why would I have a sip? Inception.
What?
Is that what you're trying to get at?
No, I said, do you have any concerns this week?
Why would that be a sipping thing?
I'm just asking if you have any concerns.
That was a horrible segue, Dragon.
Next, Anthony, go ahead, do your shit.
All right, now before we get into a fan favorite, some people here, Makenna, may not be comfortable with the next topic, and
Why are you calling me out like that, fuckhead? Don't call me out. I'll call you out.
okay, you know what? It's two things I don't like.
What's that?
Okay, it's the disrespect that people give Russell Westbrook.
Oh, the disrespect and honesty?
Ooh.
Okay, you don't. No. Anthony, you know what? I'm on her ass. She shouldn't have said that. She shouldn't have said that. What honesty?
Dragon, grab the hot sauce.
What honesty are you talking about? Do you even know who Russell Westbrook is?
Sir,
No.
when did we were even what?
No, she was saying that the two things, she didn't let you finish. She was saying like the Russell Westbrook thing, and the second thing is you don't like honesty.
Oh, okay. I wasn't having it, Anthony, bro. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
I know. Talk your shit.
Okay. No, I'm sorry, motherfucker. If we talking about honesty, I'm as honest as it gets. I mean, that's why when I first started,
What were you saying though? What were you saying, Katie?
I said if we talking about honesty, I'm as honest as it gets. That's when I first
but
started, I told you I like
the topic.
Well, now she want to go back to the topic. Okay.
I'm curious.
Yeah, I bet you are. We're gonna go to Benny's Heavies. Anthony, we're gonna take it away.
Hello.
Bro,
So this is a segment where I like to add music to the little debate. I know it's a little sizzling right now.
I'm sorry, I just noticed something. Where'd you get that fanny pack?
Oh, this fanny pack?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you asked. I got it from the Up3 page on Instagram. I pressed the link and I got me a nice little fanny right there. I'm glad you asked, buddy. Hey, let me tell you something. It's comfortable, compatible, and a great price. I got a good deal. I know a guy. So Makenna, Brad, my idea was to add music to this thing because I know when I played, short time, but when I played, I know before a game and even practice, music was a big thing to hype me up and get me in the mood. Pause, and basically, you know, how Katie and our old coach Brett would say, set the tone. When you guys played or hit the field, like back then or now, what like you guys are the type to, you know, bang out to whatever is playing in the locker room, like whoever's got aux playing the speaker, if there is anybody playing on the speaker, or are you guys like type to put the headphones in and just, you know, have your own set playlist to get in the mojo? And if so, what music are you guys listening to get ready for the game? And what do you guys listen to in your own time, just in general?
Well, for me personally, I definitely like having headphones because that way you don't have to deal with other people. You don't have to hear them being annoying and shit, right? When you're trying to get into
Yeah.
game mode or whatever.
Yeah.
I usually listen to like angry music, if that makes sense. Something that makes you angry, makes you want to hit someone, right? And then obviously lots of rap and shit. Like something
Yeah.
to get you hype. A lot of Kanye I had. And then I don't know, have you guys ever heard of oh god, it's so embarrassing. It's called like heavy metal rap. It's it's
Whoa.
so bad. No, I know. And it's like really bad, but when you're angry and you're trying to hype yourself up to hit some people,
I'm
it's
good.
so good. It's so good. I listen to these people called City Morgue. It's a group, yeah. Yeah, it's so good just to get. Oh, I love it.
Okay.
What about you?
Yo, someone called Dr. Phil.
What? What?
I'm sorry, never mind. Brad, how about you?
A little bit of both, headphones and not headphones, depending. Well, down in Mexico, we really didn't have much of a locker room per se, or music playing in the locker room, so that was a little different. But Bisons, depending who had the aux cord, would depend if I did have headphones in or not. I usually had a pre-game, not a ritual, but just a thing that I did out on the field by myself. So I always had headphones in.
Routine?
Nick, or what the heck was I listening to now? Some rap, some metal, rock, depending whatever, I was feeling for the day. So just a bunch of different artists, nothing too particular. So yeah, I'm not one to really hit anybody, so I like to try and stay calm.
Yeah.
But if I do have to hit somebody, I will try, obviously. But I did.
Do either of you guys have like one specific song that like every time you hear it, it's just like you feel like you're in like an alter ego, like you feel like you just turn into like a different animal? And if so, what's that song?
For me, it's Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry.
That's a good one.
Yeah. What?
Brad, how about you?
Oh, to be honest, there's quite a few. I don't even know which one to choose.
List them off.
Yeah, name them all.
Oh God, I can just hear them playing in my head. I can't even remember the name of some of the songs.
Give us a live performance then.
Not a chance. Not a chance. I'd have to go with Eminem. Probably Lose Yourself. That'd probably
Classic.
Just probably just get your mind into it.
Shady.
Probably Post Malone a little bit.
Okay.
Just a couple songs that depending what it is. Probably 3 Days Grace. Some of their songs. Seether, Stain, Nickelback.
Hey, I wanna be a rock star.
Yeah, like there's it's more rock than anything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's a smattering of different ones. So
Okay.
yeah.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
Feel that. I like hearing when people are like more like listen to I don't like the people that like are more like I listen to everything, but then when you play a song a certain genre, they're like, oh, I don't like that. It's just like, okay, so then you have a type. And I like people who like genuinely listen to everything. Like I'm a fan of like rock, rap. I'm sorry to say, Kane's not gonna like this, but I've been getting more fond of country in my early 20s.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So it's starting to grow on me. But I wouldn't say I'm a country. Makenna, if you want to box this guy, I got you back. But yeah, it's starting to grow on me. One genre I don't think I'll ever be a fan of is goth. But hey, we all have our types. So to finish up the segment, we're gonna go through Benny's top 5. songs of the week. These aren't necessarily new, like always new songs. It's just songs that I've heard over the week that I can't stop listening to, and I just felt like need a shout out. We're gonna start off the top 5 with the number 5 and number 4 spot. Dragon, give me a song for number 5.
Oh shit, I wasn't ready.
Okay.
Uninvited Guest by Disturbed.
All right.
I'm not too familiar with the song. You want to give me a little 8-second sample?
Yeah, someone called that nigga Dr. Phil too. You need help too. I thought we're not allowed to.
As long as it's 8 seconds. Banger. I only heard a little bit, but I can tell it's a good one.
Yeah.
Cadian, number 4.
So my girlfriend's not gonna like this. Well, she will.
Oh.
But okay.
You're gonna piss off your girlfriend on your 7-month anniversary?
No, here's the thing. She's gonna like this. I'm not gonna like it.
Okay.
So I grew up listening to Miles Behavior, Big Time Rush, Usher, JB, like all those like like mainstream, not really so mainstream like artists. And then this new recent boy band, Pause, emerged a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
And they've got some slappers. And my girl was a big fan of theirs, and then she recently like died out from it. But then she started playing them around me, and I swore I would never become a fan of their music. But well, here's the thing: I'm a fan of their music. So my song of the week, huh?
Said bars.
Thank you. My number 4 song of the week is "Blind" by Pretty Much.
Good pick there, Cadia. My number 3 song is "Jet Lag" by Simple Plan featuring Natasha Bedingfield. Was always on if you guys remember the Much Music Countdown Top 20 in the mid 2000s. It was a big thing on Much or MTV. It was always on there. I heard the song the other day and I got flashbacks of my disturbed childhood. I think it's a good one. A newer song.
Stuff?
Huh?
Nothing. Go on. Move on.
You talking shit?
It was a swing and a miss. Move on.
No. If it is a swing and a miss, you have to swing. You have to swing,
Grab
bro.
the bat. Grab the bat.
You have to.
You ready?
Yep.
Oh, swing and a dig. My number 2 song was released. The music video was released 2 weeks ago by one of my current favorite rappers, Polo G. The song is called GNF. It's one of those things that you'll headbang to, and it's hard. We'll just say that. It's got a lot of slack because it's not really what Polo G does, but I like the song, so fuck off. Now my number 1 song, I've been awaiting this one because a lot of people, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this because this is unprecedented in Benny's Heavies. My number 1 song is a song that hasn't been released yet.
Oh God.
And it will be releasing, I heard, on Monday. It's not rap. Well, it's kind of rap, more of an R&B vibe. The song is by myself, my rap name Benny, featuring K, also Canadian, and the song is called "Back in It," and it will be released on Monday, this following Monday. Don't know what time, because I could wake up at 10 in the morning and plan it out, or I can wake up at 3 and release it at 3:30. But the song is called "Back in It," and it will be released on Monday exclusively on SoundCloud because I'm broke and I don't want to pay for my beats. Yeah. So keep tuned for that. And that is the top 5. Thank you. And hey, I know what you're thinking, Dragon. I can tell in the look in your eye. This fanny pack of 3 podcasts is going to Instagram. Shit. All right.
Oh God. Cadian.
Yeah.
Any concerns?
Kai's concerns.
This week on Kai's concerns, we like to look at things that we've done in our past lives, and we like to reminisce on past experiences, and we use those experiences to determine how we treat others, and move forward cautiously in the future and in the present. So one of my concerns for this week is people and or things that are taken too personal when they've transpired, like, months back, years back. It doesn't, it's just what's in the past should be left in the past. You know what I mean? So like if, like, say, like you have a brother and you stole your brother's orange like 6 months ago, and he still has the audacity to be like, hey man, remember that time you took my orange? Well, bro, that was 6 months ago, so I think you should let it go. Stop taking things personal. So my biggest concern for the week is just stop taking things personal and just let's just chill out for the week, let's just vibe, man.
Is there any story behind it?
No.
Yeah, I would like to know what brought this up.
No, just things, like, I'm watching a lot of The Last Dance recently, and I noticed that Michael Jordan noticed, like, bro, you good?
Yeah, I almost fell through my chair.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Last Dance recently, and I just noticed the Michael, like, great documentary, great, great production, great story, beautiful.
Netflix had one.
Of course. I just noticed that every time something bad happens to Mike, or not really necessarily bad, it's just personal to him, like, hey, yeah. Mike, you had 45 points. Great game, buddy. Great game. Good game, Mike. Huh? Really?
That's why I take it personal.
Oh, that's how you want to play it. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go out the next game and try and score 46. Like,
it wasn't try. He was gonna score 46.
Yeah, whether you liked it or not.
Yeah.
So anyway, my message to the week, for the fellow Kai babies out there, is just not to take things too personal.
Great message, Katie.
Yeah, and you can say that I really stamped a dot on that.
Oh. I don't think she heard it.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry. I was talking to somebody. I'm sorry. I'm back. Was Katie beefing me?
Say it again.
Oh, there's 4 people on the podcast, so you talk to someone else.
I'm sorry. What did Katie say?
Say it with a chest.
He made a really good point, and then he said that I guess you could say I stamped a dot on that segment.
What did you say though? What was the point?
I was just saying,
take things personal, and what happened in the past is in the past, and let it go and move on.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
You know what they say? Checks over stripes.
Cadian,
why don't you put a sock in it, brother? Anyway, let's just keep moving. No. No, bro. Listen.
You tried to diss her, and she didn't get it.
It's not my fault she wasn't listening, bro.
Cadian.
You know what, Anthony? You know what? No, man.
Cadian.
Hold on. Remember what happened? No, hold on, man. Remember what happened earlier? How I told you to swing, and you said you weren't fucking swinging. I'm calling in that same favor right now. I'm calling because listen, bro, I had you dead to right, and you said nah. I'm not doing it. I am not. Let me look at this nigga. Pause. I am not swinging, bro.
Here's the baseball. Here's the baseball.
Okay. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I'm gonna say that would never happen again. I'm gonna say
okay, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. On to the next transition.
Last one. Weirdo of the week.
Uh-oh. Brad, Makenna, this is the part where basically everyone grows a pair of balls and basically calls out, social media members, someone they know personally, an ex, basically, calling out someone that, said something controversial that you didn't like, or just someone who you think is a goof. So we'll let you guys go first.
A stooge.
Yeah, stooge.
A wiener.
A schnitzel.
A dink.
A schnauzer.
Yeah.
Brad, how about you? You can go first there. Who's your weirdo of the week?
I'm trying to think here who in theory I could, because there are some people I do want to, but I can't just with where I am with that.
Out of respect.
On. To be honest, I really don't know without me possibly getting in shit. Probably just the one guy I work with. He's just a fucking idiot.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we don't have to say names, but we don't have to say names, but is there any backstory?
Just thinks he's king shit, God, everything I got at work. Does he get paid more than me? Yes. Does he have more years experience? Yes. Does the least amount of fucking work possible. So just how I look at useless. As long as my boss doesn't see this, we ended up getting the same fucking bonus for Christmas, even though I owed the guy this year. So to me, that was a slap in the face more than getting less of a bonus than last year. But hey, whatever. It's how it goes.
What's the name of your company, by the way?
But yeah, it's just the one guy I work with. He just thinks he's God and just thinks he can't do nothing wrong. And the worst thing is, him and my boss are kind of buddy. So in theory, he can't do anything wrong. So it's that type
Oh,
of
he's a kiss ass. Okay.
So it's a kiss.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Kiss ass.
Oh yeah. Kiss. Yep. So bunch of that bullshit, and there's some days I'd rather just fucking kick him in the teeth. But
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, you know what, Brad? I'm telling you from right now, I've got personal experience with that too. So you're not the only one alone. We here at Up 3, we frown on kiss asses. We do not.
Well, there's a lot of that, even in football. It doesn't matter where you are. It's everywhere. It's no difference in the politics you got to deal with, whether it's going pro or anything with sports or anything like that. Like going down to Mexico, you can tell which guys are the favorites on the team, and you can just tell how they get treated compared to the other guys, right? So then I don't want to say bisons, but there are some guys that have special privileges. But most of those guys earn them, right? So they how I look at those guys deserve them. But like some other teams that I've been on, there are some guys that just get everything handed to them on a silver platter, and then still don't do nothing with it, right? So another big piss off, right? Like there's just I think it's just a bunch of politics and shit that just gets me going. That
keep going. Let's keep going.
Like give some of these other guys that deserve the opportunity to possibly play or give them a chance to show that yes, they are ready for, let's say, the CFL or NFL or shit like that. And then there's guys that have to keep scraping their way to the top to try to get in. And then when they do get in, everyone's like, well, where the hell was this guy? Or you play against a team that didn't think you were that good, and then you just blow them out of the water. They're like, well, shit, we could have had that guy and stuff like that, right? So
but he is overshadowed by the guys that suck up and try to earn their spots, under the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On the knees.
Yeah. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, but it's life, right? It's
you
have that no matter where you go. Like how I look at provincial teams aspect when it comes to football. I never made a provincial team. Didn't matter how hard I tried or if I was the best, let's say, kicker at the time. 'Cause to me, that was my main focus. They always took someone else that could kind of do the job, and then there'd usually be parents or whatever asking, well, where's this kid? Why isn't he here? He should be here, and stuff like that. And just how it goes. But then looking at what I've done over my years of playing, I think it's probably been better to me to be able to kind of scratch and claw my way to what I've been able to do, awards wise and stuff like that. So
that's dope.
That's my 2 cents. So
well said.
I could go on for hours, but
keep going though. Keep going.
No, I'm good for right now because I don't want something to slip. Right?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Slipped a couple things.
Hey, here Up 3, we support people getting their checks, and we don't want to stop you from having yours canceled. So, well said. Makenna.
Oh, this ought to be good.
I'd like to call out anybody that thinks they can say the N-word just because they aren't white, but they aren't black, because that shit gets under my skin.
You know what, Makenna?
Oh.
I was fully intended to fuck with you for the rest of this podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But since you said something that is so close to my heart, I want to take back every negative thing I've ever said about you.
That guy switched up so fast. Listen,
okay? Listen.
Cadian, there's no reason to blow up about the bare minimum. let's remember, this is the bare minimum for white people.
You know what,
There's
guys?
no reason.
I just keep thinking that she can't get any better, and she does. Listen, you got we fully support
And
Makenna
she
Dott.
does.
We fully support Makenna Dott in any future endeavors that she wants to do. She's got our endorsement. She's got our full support. Like, you know, it's just. I'm sorry. Continue. I was really interrupting you. I apologize.
No. I like when you add on, but it's just
you add on.
Kaden literally had
just-
like a McKenna voodoo doll and just kind of like threw it away.
It's funny. No, it's just, I mean, when I was younger, I was too afraid to like speak up when I had friends and stuff that would say it, because like when you're in 7th and 8th grade, you're not really sure how to approach that, right? But now when I see people doing that, it just makes me so mad because, yeah, sure, you're Latino or Latina, or you're Asian, or you're Filipino, and it's like, so just because you're brown doesn't mean you have any right to say the N-word. So I just want to call out people like that and tell you that if you do that, you're a piece of shit.
Any names?
Do you have
Names? I don't know names right now.
Okay, respect.
I don't have any names right now. I don't. If I did, I would. I just don't, because I got rid of those people.
Respect. Yeah, you don't want to socialize with people who are just fucking cucks.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't want to go back in your phone, look at old messages or whatever, you chewing people out and then find out those names and then share. We wouldn't ask you to do that, you know, because
I mean, if somebody else wants to take a turn and I'm just scrolling through my phone and happen to.
So there's gonna be a part 2.
I think we should save this for next week. Because this tea's getting a little hot.
Okay.
It's a little spicy, but you know, if we would love to have you guys back on for another episode.
Hey, Dragon, sorry. I just heard the word spicy. Do you know something else that's spicy?
DC hot sauce is my guy.
Oh, there it is, buddy. Oh,
You know
we're
what
so
else?
silent.
You know what else is spicy? You know what else is spicy? This Up3 fanny pack you can get from the Up3 website. You can get it free shipping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Free shipping, and it's only for $19.99.
Ooh,
Nope.
and it's Champion. Look at that.
And it's Champion. Hey, Champion is in right now. Get your I know you're used to Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Austin McBroom telling you to get your fucking merch, but here, Katie, I'm telling you, get your fucking merch.
Why haven't you done an ad read yet?
I've done better. What do you mean?
Like, you haven't sent me one. You've been doing them here, but you haven't sent me one.
I did the DC sauces one. That's enough. No,
Bro, we all did those.
exactly.
Whatever. Continue. Go on.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So get your merch for $19.99.
Nope.
Free shipping. $29.99.
It's $29.99.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Well, for $39.99, you can get this. We can
$29.
$99.
All right. So for 30 bones, you can get one of these.
Oh my
God. Get your merch. And as of right now, I will not be showing my face anymore. But the remainder of the podcast will be shown by this fanny pack right here. So
respect.
Dragon, Kaden, do you guys have any weirdos before we get the fuck out of here?
Do you have one?
No, I'm still thinking. I need time.
Oh, okay. I wasn't ready for me to go already. The Winnipeg High School League for not dropping Division 3 yet.
Still?
Team. Still haven't done it. The owner of Aspect Fitness, he popped off again today for something. Personally, nobody. It's been a good week. Jaden?
yeah, so my weirdo of the week is people who won't buy our merch.
Respect.
I think I have mine. So, in the world of that, I recently started putting a lot of effort in the world of music. There's a lot of people that you'll want to make projects with, and we'll reach out to you to make projects with, or just work on music in general. And there's a certain person that has been reaching out to me to work on a song, and every time I set up a time and tell me to reach me at a certain time in the day, the next day, they always reach out to me 8 hours later, or not at all. So my weirdo of the week is Tyrese Brenya for pissing me the fuck off. If you're gonna make plans, be loyal to your plans and don't waste my time. That's my weirdo of the week.
Okay.
Do we get the second part of that yet, or
what second part?
Me?
Yeah, McKenna, you.
I thought we said we were saving it.
No,
I stopped looking. Oh,
Fuck what he
fuck.
says.
I didn't look. Fuck. Oh, you
Okay.
guys, I don't know.
Dragon. We can use it. I know I said I wasn't going to show my face for a podcast, but under special circumstances, I feel like we can book Makenna for a future episode and just, let this hang in there for a bit. We can't give the audience everything in one episode.
Dude,
I would love to have Brad and McKenna back, but with McKenna, I would love to have her back so we can have at least a half-hour segment to talk about MMA.
That'd be really fun.
I'm down. And then I know Katie and McKenna are both looking forward to a sparring session.
Yes, sir.
Well, next week's is going to be good as well. So
Post-COVID, it'll be actual hand-to-hand.
Listen.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm fucking kidding. No, he's 6 inches taller than me.
Listen.
No. Kidding, no.
I will never listen. Hold on. It's two things. Hey, equal rights, equal fights.
Oh, fuck off.
Equal rights.
Here's
Equal
part
rights.
2. Here's part 2. I want to call out bitches that say equal rights, equal fights.
Oh.
Fuck you. Why are you going to violence as soon as you want to have rights, bitch?
Oh.
Why the fuck is it as soon as I say I want to have equal pay, you're like, "Hey, bitch, let me hit you." What's wrong with your head? Huh? And that's toxic fucking masculinity, bitches. So.
Wow.
Oh shit. All right.
I get paid the same. All right, take this right hook then. That's funny.
All right. With that being said,
you can wrap her up, sir.
Right. Buddy, the only thing I'm wrapping up is his mixtape.
Okay.
Anyway, speaking of mixtape, don't you?
Oh.
Gotta swing.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, bro. I missed, bro.
You're gonna miss. You're
anyway, speaking of mixtape, Anthony, is this actually true that you have a single dropping this week? I mean, next week. Sorry, Monday.
He already said, dude.
No, I just want to confirm.
Going off that you're on the song, Katie, and I'm pretty sure you're aware.
Well,
but if anybody wants to go on Instagram and go to Anthony_Benavides 55 and like the picture.
I'll put it in the description.
And know about news about the single. It will be dropped Monday, and the mixtape is still in the works. I do not have a date yet because I'm not done. So, bada bing.
All right, well, Anthony, just a friendly little tip. I think Anthony_Benavides is a little too long. Pause. And I think that you should maybe shorten it to, Benny 55 or something like that. Just to, keep up the marketing.
Katie,
what do you think about that?
I appreciate the advice, and I honestly appreciate the input. And my response to that is, how about I live my life and you live yours?
Okay. Well, you know what, brother? You know what, man? Okay. Anthony, you live your life and I'll live mine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't act up now.
Hey, sometimes when I be no. Yeah. No, bro. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, so guys,
wrap
we're about to wrap it up. We're about to wrap it up. We have no space in between for more takes here.
buy your
I
hot
hope you guys
sauces.
definitely feel.
Buy your fanny packs.
Yeah, I hope you guys definitely feel a way about this podcast.
Yes, sir.
Definitely
Fanny
feel a way
packs,
about it
sir.
too.
$30.
I'm telling y'all right now, this podcast. I'm telling y'all right now, this podcast will definitely be the type for you.
Will it? Not
Because
post game. What about post game?
It's definitely the type for you.
What about
This podcast is the type for you. It makes you feel a way. It's just great, you know. And honestly, man, like growing up, one of my favorite movies was Halloween Town.
Hey, man. Jesus.
And
Hey man, enough with this shade.
just-
Just wrap it up.
all right, fine, fine. And and just one little note for all you lovers out there for this upcoming Valentine's weekend. Don't be mad if your partner doesn't reciprocate your energy. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here.
Anything about next week?
And,
Anybody want to release anything for next week?
no.
Anybody
what
want to
we're
name
gonna
the
do
guest for
here
next
is
week?
We're just gonna.
Oh,
Nah.
are we talking about old teacup?
Old teacup and
Oh, Sage
Varos? Yeah.
We'd love to have them back. We had them on
Great.
season 2. It was a great time.
Yeah. Anyway, so just for all you Valentine's lovers out there, you know, y'all have fun, stay safe, get busy if you can. If you can't,
it's COVID.
you can still get busy. I said get busy if you can. If you can't, you can still get busy.
Oh my god.
Like I
Can we
said,
just wrap this up?
Hey, for all you, you know what, man? I'm sorry I don't reciprocate the same energy that you do. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up.
Big words, man.
Yeah, I reciprocate, bro. All right, I'm out of here. It was Makenna, Brad. It was great having you guys on. I would love to have you guys back on. That's me personally. I don't know how my co-hosts feel because sometimes they can be pieces of shit. But I would love to have you guys back on.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Anyway,
Thank you for having us.
I fully agree.
You're
That sounded
welcome.
fake.
Me?
Drake, fuck off. You're fake.
Who's the one starting beef now? Why do you have an issue, huh?
I don't have no issue.
Sunday. Yeah.
Be there.
Part 2.
I agree
For part
with
2.
you.
That's all.
It was great to have you guys
Yes.
on. We'd love to hear from you guys again. And best of luck with whatever you guys are doing. If you have any final thoughts or any updates on what you guys are up to, I'd love to know.
I think they're good.
I just
Fair
want to
enough.
say thanks for having us. It was a really
No
good
problem.
time coming on here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Brad.
Well, thanks for having me. It was I wasn't too sure what I was getting into, but it was a lot of fun. I have to say that, and would love to come back on if you guys want me to come back on. So
For sure.
Love
Thank you so
to.
much.
Thank you. All right, y'all have a good night now.
All right.
And
Peace
happy
out, guys.
Valentine's
Good night.
Day.
Take care and stay safe.
you too.
All right. Peace out.